We should be clear that the pandemic is not over. When the pandemic began, we had little knowledge of this virus and none about the vaccines and the treatments we have today. So there was no option but to use government regulations to protect our NHS and save lives. But those restrictions on our liberties have brought grave costs to our economy, our society, and the chances of our children. So from the outset, we were clear that we must chart a course back towards normality as rapidly as possible by developing the vaccines and treatments that could gradually replace those restrictions. And as a result of possibly the greatest national effort in our peacetime history, that is exactly what we have done. In England, we will remove all remaining domestic restrictions in law. From this Thursday, it will no longer be law to self-isolate if you test positive, and so we will also end the provision of self-isolation support payments, although statutory sick pay can still be claimed for a further month. From today, staff and students in most education and childcare settings will no longer be asked to undertake twice weekly asymptomatic testing. And from the 1st of April, we will end free symptomatic and asymptomatic testing for the general public. But we will continue providing free symptomatic tests to those at the highest risk from COVID. And in line with the practice of many other countries, we're working with retailers to ensure you will always be able to buy a test. We should be clear that the pandemic is not over, and there may be significant resurgences. Our scientists are certain that there will be new variants, and it is very possible that those will be worse than Omicron. So we will continue to protect the most vulnerable with targeted vaccinations and treatments. And we've bought enough doses of vaccine to anticipate a wide range of possible JCVI recommendations. Today is not the day we can declare victory over COVID because this virus is not going away. But it is the day when all the efforts of the last 2 years finally enabled us to protect ourselves whilst restoring our liberties in full. And after 2 of the darkest, grimmest years in our peacetime history, I do believe this is a moment of pride for our nation and a source of hope for all that we can achieve in the years to come.